This drop is a once in a lifetime opportunity, but if your first instinct is to go out there and just buy the dip, you're already behind. Wealthy people, they're getting paid to buy these stocks at an even deeper discount just for saying maybe. In today's video, I'm gonna show you this exact strategy and how you can pull it off for yourself. And most importantly, the plays, the setups that you need to be paying attention to, especially for the rest of this week. All right, guys, how many of you fell for that bull trap yesterday? I was shocked when the market opened and like SPY was shot up like 4%. I was like, yeah, I'm taking these hands and I'm gonna put them right here and I'm gonna sit on them because this is a classic bull trap. So be careful out there, guys. This market is truly incredible. It is incredible because these don't come around in our lifetimes. And if you know where to look, you know how to do basic trades, basic technical analysis stuff, you can make a good amount of money right now. While obviously there is so much blood in the streets. Obviously the fear and greed index, now we're at like a 3, which I don't even know if we got to a 3 when we all thought we were going to die during COVID. Obviously, China retaliated with the 84% tariffs. Obviously, the Canada tariffs, auto tariffs went into effect, right? So this market is so shaky. And when the market is shaky, everybody's scared, everybody's running. Dude, us option sellers, we're just collecting. So guys, also every single person, I've been doing these and you guys love these one-pagers. I love writing ebooks personally and giving them away for you guys. Like for me, at least, that's the way my brain is. Like I love to have like things printed out for myself and laminate them. Super nerdy with this stuff. But I do have a wheel strategy one-pager specifically talking about the quad option strategy and the stocks and setups and how to actually play it. So if you want that, every single person that comments down below is going to get that. I'll reply personally to it, but make sure you also liked and subscribe to the channel. I will check, okay? I probably won't, but you got to comment to actually get it, all right? So let's talk about this market, guys. Dude, every time I look at the SPY chart, I swear sometimes it's at like 491, then it's at like 496, then it was popped up to like back over 500. I'm like, dude, this is truly so fun to trade for me. I'm sorry that I'm like happy about this, guys, but I am because dude, we are able to, look, I'm gonna show you some crazy setups today that we don't see often on some of the most boring companies ever are yielding some absolutely insane premiums. It makes zero sense to me, okay? Zero sense. I've said it in multiple videos. If you're not like a trader and you just don't know what to do, your best bet is probably to just buy SPY, buy QQQ, and just relax, okay? Sit on your hands, buy a little bit, dollar cost average into it. I think we are in bear market. I do believe for the rest of this month, it's going to be, lack of a better word, a shit show of back and forth tug of war with these tariffs, which again is creating a tremendous amount of uncertainty in the markets, right? So take advantage, right? Don't be scared right now. Look, if some of you guys are on your last like $1,000 and stuff, yeah, like you probably shouldn't be investing that. Go get a job, start a business, whatever you got to do to go make yourself some more money. But like, if you're like a high net worth person, which is like most of you guys that I talk to, especially in like our private community and stuff, like you guys got like 6-figure, 7-figure portfolios, like just like, take a deep breath. You don't need to overtrade right now. You don't need to overtrade, but look at your setups. Look at the companies that you love so much that you now can get insane discounts. And I'll be talking about some of the ones that I'm really paying attention to right now. But again, if you don't know what you're doing, you don't want to trade SPY, QQQ, Vanguard stuff, and chill, you will thank yourself in the future most likely. Unless we absolutely go to hell, America falls apart, and we all gonna be living like cavemen out here trading gold and silver, all right? So first one I'm paying attention to is Apple. You know what? I'm kicking myself, guys. I'm kicking myself because I should have done, look, this is one of those things where I saw an opportunity yesterday towards the close when Apple just took a massive dump, and now of course we're up 4% today. So yesterday, obviously it's still good cash secured put territory, but I'm waiting. I think Apple's going lower. If this tariff thing, this tug of war doesn't get settled, sooner, right? Especially with China, I don't know what Apple's going to do. Obviously if they have to raise their prices, I think they're saying like 43% on their iPhones. That's going to negatively impact their business drastically, okay? That's going to send the stock plunging down even further, where that's going to be a great territory for cash secured puts. I'm very bullish on Apple. They're going to figure it out. Like again, one of the most valuable companies in the world, ingrained in our everyday life. They're going to figure it out in whatever shape that is, right? But in the short term, I think this thing's gonna come crashing down for us to get some, get in at better prices. So what am I talking about at choosing better prices? So let's just take a look at Apple right now. Obviously, it's up 4%, so it's not necessarily the perfect time to do this, but we are still trading below our bottom Bollinger Band and well below our 200 and 300-day moving average. To me, Apple under 200 is a steal. I don't know what that means to you, but for me, it's a steal. So let's go take a look at what kind of premiums Apple is actually offering. I like to be more on red days, but you know what? It doesn't always work out that way. If you could do weeklies on this, let's take a look at what the weeklies are. They're okay. Let's go 30 to 45 days out. We've been really looking at the May 16th stuff a lot. Oh my goodness. Look at the 1/6. Wow, these were probably so crazy yesterday. Man, I'm just gonna stay patient with it, but look at this. Yeah, this is absolutely insane. $535 on the 155 puts. What? Let me go look at this calculator, guys. All of my calculators also are available in our Facebook group. It's all free down below in the description. You can go request to join, fill out some questions just so make sure you're not a bot. Spammers and stuff will be blocked. And 15,000. Oh my gosh, dude, the juice. Oh my gosh, 3.45% return on your collateral. This is what I'm talking about. This is what smart investors are doing right now. They're not going out there and just like buying Apple at 179, 180 right now. They're being like, you know what? I'll go buy it if it hits 155 in 37 days from now. Oh my gosh, look at this. That is crazy. Almost 4%. Dude, we will not see these kind of returns ever. Like, I'm shocked. Like, I don't even remember them being this crazy in COVID, honestly. Like, even COVID was kind of very short-lived, but like, I don't ever remember seeing premiums like this, at least since I've been taking this seriously for the last 7 years. I mean, on a company like Apple to make 3.5% return on your money, wow. So if you don't know what this is called a cash secured put. It's basically, I get to name my price when I'd be willing to buy 100 shares, right, of Apple. So I'm choosing 155 on May 16th. So if I open this up, I'm wondering what the delta is. Delta is a 0.21, basically means there's a 21% chance that Apple will hit 155, but there's an 80% chance option expires worthless, and we simply walk away with this 540 or 535. Whew. That's crazy. That's so good, right? That's so good, guys. All right, let's go on to the next one. Look, I'm going to show you guys some boring ones right now. All right, say what you will. I'm a boring investor. I'm an extremely boring investor. I've lost enough money in my days with meme stocks and just coins, and I don't want to do that anymore. So I stick to boring stuff, as a lot of you guys know, especially in our community. I'm not doing any of like the crazy leverage stuff. And you guys ask me about it all the time. I'm like, no, I'm just like sitting on my hands, right? But so listen, Kimberly Clark, one of my favorites, right? They make urinals. So like for me, like I love this company. It's great because it gives a great dividend. So for a quad option strategy, it works amazing. If you don't know what quad option strategy is, it's basically creating 4 income streams in one. Cash secured put premiums, covered call premiums, dividends, because when we're running our covered calls, we can collect dividend income as well. And then also when we sell our stocks for appreciation. I'm watching a ticker symbol KMB, Kimberly Clark, now because we are trading below our 200, 200 and 300-day moving averages, and decently below the bottom Bollinger Band. I'm wanting to see it drop a little bit further, just because you're going to see I have a couple other companies that dropped a lot more, but this is one I am paying attention to DCA more into. Let's talk about my favorite one right now, guys. J&J off a cliff, down 2.5% today. What? 2 and 300-day moving averages of 156, 155, trading at 146. Let me show you. We were talking about this in OSS today. J&J, what are you doing? Thank you for blessing us, right? Let's go out on to May 16th and look at this one. 130s, right? I actually got in on this one. It was like paying 230. It paid like 230. But the 135s will do. 135 J&J is paying $300 in premium. What a time to be alive. Let's take a look at what that is. What did we say? 135. So it's 13,500. 2.2% return on a company like J&J, one of the best ones for quad option strategy, QOS for short. We're using all the acronyms nowadays, right? I can't believe it. I don't think that's actually going to get there because and it's pure premium play, but collecting $300 on 135 puts for J&J, it doesn't beat it. It can't beat it. Obviously not as crazy as a return as like an Apple, right? But still a juicy, juicy return for a stable company like J&J that, I mean, go ahead. You can go bet against J&J. I'm not. I mean, way too many products in my house with J&J. Next one. Big off a cliff today. One of my favorites again for quad option strategy because a beautiful dividend that AbbVie offers. Ticker symbol ABBV. All right, down. It was actually at 6% today. Down 5.5% right now, well below 2 and 300-day moving averages. Look at this setup. Off a damn cliff recently, right? Obviously, a lot of companies are, but well below those 2 and 300s and the bottom Bollinger Bands. Let's go take a look at what kind of premiums we can be collecting from AbbVie right here at even better prices. So sell, put, and we'll go be using our same expiration date that we have been on our May 16th right here. Wow. How do I decide what kind of strike price am I looking at, guys? Well, right now, if you love a company, you know what? Just pick strikes that are well below but are in your risk tolerance level, especially when you're looking at your deltas. Okay, I'll show you that in a second. But what I've been doing is I've been looking. Listen, I'm not like a super smart guy. I just look at like basic fundamentals of companies and like. That's it. Like and if I like them, like, you know what I mean? I don't do anything insane. I'm not like a day trader. But what I look at is like, I'll look over the past year and be like, hey, where were those support and resistance levels for this, right? Like we could see there was a big drop here, right? In January for it, where we were hitting around that 169 mark right here. And you can see we just dropped below that. Okay, that's a good sign, right? Now we may start using that 170 level as our new resistance level, right? So I'm gonna monitor that and see, hey, are we using 170 as our resistance level, right? Then I go back a little bit further and I'm like, okay, when was the last kind of like big drop? And this was like, okay, this was a 165, right? And that was in 2024, November 2024, okay? And before that, right, we had a huge run. And then before that, we were back at 164 in 2024 again. And then before that, we were down to 155, right? And then I might even go look out even over 5 years, be like, okay, where in like the grand scheme of this all are we at right now? You could still see with the Bollinger Bands will obviously create a different deviation now for us, but we can keep going back and see where we're comfortable at it, right? So I'm like, if I look at this, I'm like, okay, in 2023, we had a very sharp drop at that like 140 level. At 166 right now, I'm like, okay, if I could get it at like 140, I'd be like, oh hell yeah, like that's awesome. So I'll start kind of working backwards from there, right? So then I'll come to my options chain and then I'll be like, okay, let me see. I saw that 140, where we had a big support at that 140 level, and then I'll come to the options chain. I went 37 days out and I'm like, okay, I see 140 here, great premium, 370, a delta of only 0.17, and that's how I would. That's kind of like my thought process of this. Again, I kind of, everything's always different for me, but you could see I'm like, okay, at 0.17, and I'm going to collect $370 in premium. I'll toss that into my cash secured put calculator to just check out my returns that I'd actually be getting on 14K, right? 140, and I get a 2.64% return. And that's a trade I would be comfortable with AbbVie after doing some extremely basic technical analysis. I believe AbbVie at 140 is a great price, at least for me. And that's kind of how I will run things, okay? That's how I'll kind of run through ideas that I have, doing basic technical analysis, because right now, we're not so much looking, like if you were watching the channel 2 months ago when we're in a bear market, like when I'm in a bear market, and this, a lot of you will come to me like, Pete, this doesn't work in bear markets. Yes, it does, because you dollar cost average into it. It doesn't work for you in bear markets because you don't have enough money. Like, no offense to you, but like that's why, right? Everybody that's going to make a killing right now in the market has money ready to deploy on the sidelines, right? And like that's just the reality, right? So like when we're in a bear market, I'm looking more high level. I'm looking more at the 1 year out, 5 year out, and seeing like, hey, where are those big support and resistance levels, right? And then, right, like if I'm in a bull market doing this strategy, I'm looking more at the 3-month chart because I'm trying to get in and out, right? I'm trying to sell my individual. I'm not a buy and holder only on funds, right? I'm just selling. I'm trying to sell my stocks off, right? I'm trying to sell them off, right? So that's what I'm kind of looking at when I'm doing this kind of stuff. And again, make sure you drop a comment down below because I'm gonna give you guys a full one-pager of quad option strategy. It's gonna cover a lot more of this, especially in bull and bear markets and things to be watching out for, okay? Other one I'm watching is Procter & Gamble, another great company like Johnson & Johnson and Kimberly-Clark. We could see we had a little bit of a resistance here at that bottom Bollinger Band. So nothing crazy. Yesterday was a decent opportunity in my opinion for those cash secured puts. But again, I'm just watching it, really just focusing in right now, a lot of my attention on Apple and J&J. Also, guys, I want to officially announce this for those of you that have tuned into this far, is Option Seller School is now invite only. We have such a great small group of traders where we're talking basically all day long about this. So if you're interested to have more of a hands-on approach with me personally on implementing this option selling income portfolio, like the quad option strategy and more advanced stuff, there will be a link down below. For me, this is about creating a non-toxic environment, a very, very small, tight-knit group of honestly friends, because we literally talk all day long. You get my trading feed, you get my live chat. I'll kind of show you guys a little bit behind the scenes here, but you can see where everyone's always posting their wins, what kind of premiums they're going to be collecting. Obviously, guys, disclaimer: individual person's experiences, results not typical, yada yada yada, right? But you can see where everybody's posting in the premiums that they're collecting. We have our whole quad options course in here, plus all the credit spreads and advanced trainings, funds, and all sorts of stuff in there. Obviously, our trading feed in here, which I post every single morning. You can jump on it to Zoom every single morning at 30 minutes before pre-market. And then we have our live chat as well, where we're always talking, just back and forth, posting our premium plays, what are we doing, and we're just shooting the shit really all day long. And it's a lot of fun. I love where the community is at right now. And if you're interested and you're not a toxic individual and you want to learn, all of us learn together, and you want some more of a handheld approach to building out your option selling income portfolio, make sure to click that link down below in the description of today's video. But guys, have a great rest of your day. Remember, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. God bless you. I will see y'all tomorrow.